morning and welcome back to another episode of Board Towards Kirby Smith. I'm Kirby Smith and I'm standing here with Miss Debbie Wannert and Miss Dolly Parton. Debbie is the Executive Director of the Golden Triangle Alliance. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, I'm great.
So we are here for a very special reason, and that is Dolly Parton. Can you explain a little bit about this right here?
Yes. Well, Dolly Parton is an international icon, and 30 years ago to the year, she started the Imagination Library. The Imagination Library is a free monthly book gifting program for families with young children. Eligibility is the child must be born up to age 5 and living in a funded zip code.
So you're saying that the Imagination Library is a program to teach kids reading from birth to 5 years old?
Yes.
And this is done through the Imagination Library that Dolly Parton started?
Yes, 30 years ago. So the books come in the mail addressed to the child. They're wrapped and delivered by the post office. When the child is very young, of course, doesn't know when the book is going to be arriving, but as they grow older, 3.5, 4.5, close to 5, they know when the postman is coming, and they're often waiting outside by the mailbox for their book to be delivered that month.
That is fantastic, and I'm sure that they're all age-related reading, so the parents can help them at the very beginning, and hopefully by the time they're 5, they'll start reading on their own.
Exactly. This is early childhood learning and literacy, and we are encouraging, as Dolly has always said, that the parents read to the child, and reading out loud to the child helps them connect to the verbal word and the written word, so it enhances the understanding and comprehension of our language.
That is absolutely fantastic. Now this program, I'm sure you have to sign up for it. How does somebody say, man, you know what, I sure would like to have my child a part of this? How do they get involved?
Well, so eligibility is having a child between birth and 5 and living in a funded zip code. Here in Lake County, we have 26 cities and 64 zip codes. Right now, I have funded for eligibility and enrollment of the children Mount Dora, Tavares, Deer Island, and Leesburg, thanks to some generous funders and the Mount Dora Community Trust. The parent goes to the Imagination Library and clicks on eligibility, or if I happen to be in an event with some volunteers, we have a QR code that we can hand to the parents. Some parents scan it right on the spot, check their eligibility, enroll the child right there. Other parents feel they'd like to fill out a paper enrollment, and we have that available as well. Once they enroll, if they're living in those cities that I've mentioned currently, it says, congratulations, the city is open, continue your enrollment. They finish the enrollment and it rolls to myself, who double checks all of the criteria and then hits approve. So from the time they enroll, and it's through me and accepted by the Dollywood Foundation, then it's about 8 to 12 weeks before they receive their first book.
So you mentioned about donors. How does somebody say, you know what, this sounds like a fantastic program, how can I donate?
Oh, that's a great question, thank you. So the free book program is free to the parents, but somebody has to pay. So I started the Triangle Community Alliance as a not-for-profit, which is a requirement to work with the Dollywood Foundation. And so we are responsible for paying for the books, the printing, the addressing of the book, and the wrapping, and the bulk mail postage. Dolly Parton pays for everything else that happens in Tennessee. But it costs me approximately $36 a year for a child to receive a book a month, so that's $12 in a year. And so I rely on local companies, sponsors, organizations, service clubs to kind of step up and help pay for that program. Right now I have a program going to raise $36,000 to bring in another 1,000 children. While I'm talking about that, may I share some good news with you?
Absolutely. I'm always in the mood for good news.
Great. So I closed the month of February, and we in Lake County have 721 children enrolled. That's 8,600 plus books that have come in through Lake County that never were here before.
That is absolutely fantastic.
So the local companies, if I may, could send a check. We have a website which is readtochildren.org. They could mail a check to our P.O. box. They could donate through our website using PayPal. They could call. I'm happy to drive by and pick up a check. If there are companies that have meetings, I'm happy to go in and make a presentation on the benefits of it. And we're developing a pyramid, if you will, of sponsorships that perhaps local companies would be interested in participating in.
So it's not just companies that can participate, it's individuals as well, right?
Oh yes, yes. We have many individuals that send a check, and it's a blessing when I go to the post office.
Well, Miss Debbie, I certainly appreciate your time here today. Thank you very much. If you have the opportunity to donate, please do so. What a great and wonderful cause this is. If you have a child that's between 0 and 5 years old, go ahead and sign them up. Get them to learn to read early. Have your elder siblings read to them. It's a fantastic way to get out and learn all about the world. Whatever you do, be good to your friends, be good to your neighbors. That's all we have for Board Shorts of Kirby Smith. See you next Wednesday.